Director of Partnerships for Driver Technologies. If you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you already know what the driver app is and the concept of someone recording video and telematics data using their phone or their company provided work phone or tablet or a phone provided by DTI. What I wanted to show is the magic of what happens once that data makes its way into what we call the driver cloud. So here's a little demo fleet manager account that I've set up that shows, I have 4 different fleets that I'm looking into, or sub-fleets, or maybe I'm an insurer, and these are people that I'm studying, and I want to look at the telematic events that are derived using the driver app. So these include visual elements, like where we're reading the speed over limit, which is we're comparing the speed that we read off of a sign on the side of the road to the speed that the driver is going by at, or something like running stop signs, where we're identifying a stop sign and comparing the ego vehicle or the driver's speed when they pass that stop sign. This is not looking at a GIS database of stop sign locations. So what happens is we derive and provide an events table, and this is all configurable by date. So let's say I have a renewal coming up and I want to look at driving in the last 3 months, and I can see things like, who's the vehicle? Maybe I want to search this by VIN instead of the vehicle ID, which might be how the fleet manager refers to the vehicle. I've got the VINs. I have the driver score. We'll come back to that. I have the trips, the number of trips they've made in that time period. I have the total miles driven, and then I have events like hard braking, hard acceleration, which are based on the accelerometer and gyroscope data collected. Running stop signs we already talked about. Unsafe following, which would be tailgating, being too close to a vehicle in front of you for a certain amount of time to be constituted as tailgating. Speed over limit or high speed. High speed would be speed over 80 in this instance, but I should also say that in an enterprise agreement, all of the parameters around this data is configurable. So I have this, I get individual driver scores that take all of this data, normalize it against the miles driven, and tell you how certain drivers are doing. And then I get the driver score for a given fleet. So let's say I want to say, how does this fleet compare to this fleet? We'll let the system work its magic, and you can say, okay, so I'm back down to a much lower number for this fleet than compared to the other one. Obviously, the beauty of the platform is watching actual video trips, so I can sort by those various fleets over here. I can see thumbnail previews as well as just listed data. All of these represent an individual video. For instance, if I clicked on this, it would be 144 minutes of driving video that covered 65 miles. What I like to do is show that you can also filter things. So say I only want video where HD video is available, meaning the whole trip has already synced to the driver cloud start to finish. Maybe I'm looking for incidents with high speed. So I tap that button. I can filter through any of the telematic events that we talked about on the last tab, and go ahead and say, okay, this video has high speed. I get a preview blade on the right. I get an image of what this looked like. The trip started at 4:56 a.m. I have a map of where the vehicle traveled, and then I even have shortcuts to all of these safety events. So we were talking about high speed. Looks like it happened 61 minutes and 30 seconds into this trip. I go ahead, tap it, and as you can see, the driver's going 83 miles per hour down Interstate 95. So similar approach. Let's do it with maybe something like running a stop sign. That's always a fun one. Let's go through here and just pick a random one. Here we go. All right, you can see similar thing. Run stop sign. You know what? Take me right there. Let's see how this driver's doing. And it's going 20 miles per hour. Yep, ran the stop sign. I should point to the fact that if I wanted to watch that, make the video larger, I can. There's a ton of data down here around where the incident was. If I want to go back to that, I can tap it, and it's available. If I wanted to look on the map, I could just tap it, and it would show me where that trip's going to start for the preview. So if I'm zoomed way out, but I know I was looking for it, for instance, can always come back to it. This is all configurable. So that is a good intro into the driver cloud. And please reach out to me. I'm Chuck at TryDriver.com if you have any additional questions. Thank you.